Jacques Doucet from the WAFB Sports Department coming into work today, where our top story we thought was LSU women's basketball playing host to #1 South Carolina tonight at the PMAC. But instead, we've got some big news involving LSU football and a former wide receiver of theirs, a Louisiana native as well. An arrest has been issued for former LSU football player Kayshon Boutte for charges related to online gaming, the WAFB team has learned. This was a investigation that was led by the Louisiana State Police Gaming Enforcement Division. Boutte is being charged with computer fraud, which is a felony, and a misdemeanor count of gaming prohibited for persons under 21. Now, we're being told that this felony is a lower level felony. So if he's convicted of that, it might only be probation. Boutte is expected to turn himself in at the East Baton Rouge Parish prison later today. While he was still a minor, Boutte is accused of creating a fraudulent online gaming account indicating that he was 21 years old or older, therefore legally allowed to gamble. He is also accused illegally gambling using the fraudulent account to place thousands of different bets, including some on LSU football. The wagers and payouts involve, quote, several $100,000, said one source familiar with the case. Now, we're being told that Boutte placed nearly 9,000 bets overall, and there were hundreds of thousands of dollars combined in the wages he made and the winnings. Some of the wagers were allegedly placed while he was still a player in 2022, and that is a very important detail, certainly. Boutte is now 21 years old. He's currently listed on the roster with the New England Patriots. He played in 5 games for the Patriots this past season. He's a native of New Iberia and graduated from Westgate High School. He spent 3 years with the LSU Tigers as a wide receiver. He appeared in 27 games, and he had 21 starts. Now, as soon as our story broke, Cody Worsham and LSU issued a statement on today's big news. In July of 2023, LSU was made aware of allegations regarding a former student athlete's improper conduct related to sports gambling while enrolled at the university. Since then, we have fully cooperated with all relevant authorities involved in the investigation and will continue to do so. We have no evidence that any other student athletes participated in these prohibited activities. And we are grateful for measures that detect.
Have it, man. Street. What's going on, baby?
What's up, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling. Listen, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You are on the corner of Hayes Street. We back in the States. Yesterday we were in Japan. Now we back at Times Square. Them boys about to break dance down there. So we back at Times Square in New York City, and we about to have a good time, man. We just having this is the corner of Hayes Street. I'm Coach Hayes, and that is
D Street.
D Street.
D Street. D Street in the building. D Street.
So, hey, man, we here, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. A lot going on, man. But let's just jump straight on into this, man. Kayshon Boutte, we all know, had that breakout year, man. He was the top thing. He decided to come back. Had that, I want to say it was 2020 year, man. He came back and didn't do so well. He kind of just had a big decline. There was a lot of talk. I remember, I don't know the exacts, but there was a lot of talk about his decline in play. Ended up still getting drafted with the Patriots. His first season with the Patriots. From there, man, what do you think about this, man? You hear this gambling. We've heard other players. Matter of fact, I think it was a Hurricane player that betted on something. Who was that betted? And it wasn't even his team. And they penalized him. I forgot what team it was.
I think gambling that's one of them things, bro. Like elephants in the room where people don't like to talk about. That's going on a lot more than people want to talk about. But when you listen to these numbers, right? Where my LNV, where my mathematicians at, right? Listen to the numbers that they said. In almost a year, right? It was just a year. He placed over 9,000 bets. Some
That
bets
boy
waged
owned it,
over
boy.
Some bets wagering over $100,000. No, bro. Let me break something down to you. You know what I'm saying? I always talk about betting. I used to bet. I used to bet a lot years ago. I used to bet a lot years ago. Years ago, and then I started trading the stock market, and my appetite to bet just kind of went away because I started understanding money and taking risks and stuff like that. So now I just leisurely do it. I may do it, man, I don't know, once a month. 9,000 bets in almost a year, they said. It's only 365 days in a year. He was in college.
That's a Wilt Chamberlain number.
There was bets placed for $100,000 in college. Bro, think about what we're listening to here. Now, I don't want to speculate, right? But what this sounds bigger because he's not placing all those bets. I'm sorry.
No,
my buddy may have been.
No, he listen. Yeah, that's.
He may have been the sports book, and now
he may have. You know what's funny? You said I ain't think of that.
That's too much. That's too much. I mean, I may be out of my rocker, but that's a lot. That's a lot. And that's maybe why they went after him, because I know he's no way he's the only kid running around here placing bets. And when they say he plays bets on himself, on his own yards, it may not even been him, but he may just be the one who did it. That boy put the count in his name too. That boy was loose out there, wasn't he? Boutte 1 was the name of the account. One I was called Boutte 1 and Boutte 2. Oh, that dog.
And that right there don't sound that don't sound too low key, if you ask me.
Right. So after I started doing the numbers in my research, I was like, that's too many, dog. 9,000 bets in almost a year. It's like it's only 365 days in a year. You're throwing up. Well, you're betting on cricket. You betting on beach volleyball. You betting on. I bet you that stoplight changed before 30 seconds. I bet you. You be betting on everything. You just you're just out there just throwing, lobbing up bets.
And I'll say this: it's funny you say that, right?
Yeah.
You did break that down. Yeah, I was saying when I first read it, I thought it was 89. You know, we read fast. I thought it was $8,900, and I'm like, bro, that's not even 10 grand, bro. But then when I got dug into it, I'm like 8,900 bets, bro. Like you say, and you just brought up something I didn't think about. He might have been the book. He might have been the middleman to the bookie. He might have been taking the bets on the college campus. You know what I'm saying? Like he might have been the dude that you run the numbers to, and he just ran it through his account. And I'll just say this, leaving names out. I know a dude that used to know a dude that used to know a dude that did that. And some of the bets that he felt, like he ran numbers for a bookie. But some of the bets he felt that he knew were losers, that he had a high feeling that they were losers, he would front the money and not give it to the bookie. I don't think you should do that. It might lose your kneecaps.
Of course.
But
of course. Right.
So he would take that number, and if it lost, he would have to come up with his own money. But he would just keep the money to the side. So maybe that's what he was doing. I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a lot of betting, bro.
Somebody just said that's 27 bets a day. What? What?
That's a lot, though.
No, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Hey, like I said, there's some Wilt Chamberlain numbers, dog. Them some think about it.
So we were talking earlier. Hey, he got arrested. That's what it is. Remember we were trying to figure out what the issue was. He got arrested for it being illegal. You see what I'm saying? And I would think they would go after a bookie. I don't think they would go after a kid that's betting on Kentucky versus Gators. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I would think.
And here's the funny thing: out of 9,000 bets, let's just call it 9,000 round number. He only betted on LSU 6 times, dog. That's not even a percent. I don't even know if that's a 0.5%. That's not even 1/4% of all the bets.
Does that even make sense to you? Right. Yeah. Them probably wasn't even his 6 bets.
Probably wasn't even his 6 bets. Because think about it. At least I'm gonna bet on him. I'm gonna bet every game. And they said he won up to $500,000 of the $500,000 that he deposited into an account. used some of that money to make bets, and then withdrew, whatever the case may be. I'm going to say this conspiracy theory because we got a couple of topics to talk about. I'm just going to be that guy to release the balloon and pop it and see what fall out.
Wow.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm correct. Hold on. Okay, so he gets drafted. He gets drafted to the Patriots. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he is paid. I want to make sure I'm stating stuff that I could see correctly. He was paid base salary $750,000, right? And I think he made like 800 something. His contract 24 is 915, 25 is 1 million, and 26 is 1.1. These are just round numbers.
Okay. Here's
his production in his first year. That boy had 2 catches for 19 yards. He had 1 catch in the Giants game for 8 yards and 1 catch in the Colts game for 11 yards. You know how I am. They just but coach just left. Bill Belichick just left. You think they're trying to get rid of him and not have to pay this dude out? I'm just saying.
Get that money out. But it's dirty, dog.
I'm just saying.
Get that money out.
He's making his own NIL deal, bro. Because now, I don't know NFL contracts like that. I didn't dig all deep. I'm just talking. I'm just throwing stuff against the wall.
I'm just throwing it against the wall.
And imagine, see what stick. So imagine they like, man, look here, we're going to get this out here so we can get out this contract. This dude ain't producing. This dude got 2 catches for 19 yards, dog.
As a rookie, should he have had more than that?
I would hope so, bro. I mean, he was a 6th-round pick, almost making him. He had a $4 million contract, 4-year, $4-point-something million contract. So you're making well more than league minimum. 6th-round pick. Signing bonus of like $50,000. I'm not saying it's bad money. I'm saying he got good money for where he's picked.
No,
but I think they're saying
6th round.
Maybe we can get out of this.
6th round, you're a backup, right?
Yeah, but 6th round is also, I mean, that's to me, that's a lot of money for a 6th rounder. Most 6th rounders, 7th rounders, they making way less. I mean, you talking about, I know some 3rd, 4th rounders that had $4 million, a $2 million deal 4 years though. You know, so they make it $500 a year. So, you know, yeah, we hear, $4 million deal, but if you break it up over 4 years, that's $1 million a year on average. I'm just saying, I know I'm being messy right there, but I was just saying, like, because these are businesses. And one thing I can tell you this, the NFL and these teams do their research now. Like, now let me tell you something, because you are an investment. The NFL hires former FBI agents, you know, higher up on these chains, CIA guys. They do background check. So if you're going to tell me a reporter saw this bank account with this kind of money in it, you don't think the NFL, and this is way prior to NILs now, you don't think the NFL saw these bank accounts in it?
Yeah, they send out, they send out investigators for every draft every year. I saw some people that used to do it.
Bro, they used to call us. They even call the high school coach. Hey, coach, man, what you think about this guy, man? Such and such and such and such. Even the military. I had a guy that was going to be a pilot. They call and say, Coach, have you ever heard John Doe ever talk about being in any kind of groups, any kind of militias? I'm like, no, he just played football, though. He was in the football gang. Other than that, no, he's good. Like, you know, so these people vet these guys because you are an investment. You are an investment, and they want to know everything about you.
Right.
So I just threw that out there, man. What's your thought? You think my conspiracy theory is like way left, or you like, hey, how you on?
I don't think a 6th rounder worth throwing under the bus. Not 6th round.
But $4 million, though.
I think he got in it. I think he got. See, this the same guy that got into had the little issue with the players and the equipment girl or the girl at LSU.
Correct.
That's it. They had like a sex ring, whatever they kind of claim. Same guy. You know what I'm saying? I think when you get into gambling and betting and booking and taking people money and not taking people money, I think that's going to. I think that a lot of times, if you're not a sports book and you don't just have a software and you're doing hand-to-hand stuff like that, I think eventually it's going to go bad. Somebody ain't gonna get paid. Somebody not gonna pay their tab. Somebody don't want to pay. Somebody don't want to pay. You know what I'm saying? You got people betting on air, on credit. They got a tab. I just think it go bad, and somebody don't turn them in. Somebody trying to extort them.
I'm with you with that. I just threw it out there because I'm saying, dog, if I'm paying you $4 million for 2 catches, bruh, my ROI is real low. My return on investment ain't looking too hot right now, dog. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Somebody probably trying to extort them. These players don't never come out and tell stories like that when people trying to extort them. Dog, I tell you, the bookie, dog. You better send me 50,000, and I'll turn you in. A baby mama trying to. These players don't. I don't know what they never speak out on stuff like that. But whoever it is, they went through with it. They went through with it. Whoever it is.
Before we move on, let's do a couple of shout out, man. Shout out to the people. If you see people in green, we are live on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram now. So we're gonna build up that Instagram. My social media need a CPR, and we working on it, man. So we are live there. We dual streaming this as well, man. And we just having a good time, man. We just talking about just the latest topics. We come on every day at 7. Monday through Friday at 7, man. Street, any shout outs you want to get any people out there, man?
Shout out, man. Let's see. Shout out. Who I got in here, man? Probably the usual suspects.
LFG. We don't. Hold on. I got Instagram up
on here. Type fast. Well, she type fast, boy.
Well, she quick, boy. Lightning fast.
I don't know. She got 4 hands.
She like this.
She probably got 4 hands or something, dog. She be typing fast in the mug.
Shout out to my cousin over there. My cousin. J. Rallo, what's up, cousin? I see you in the building. Yeah, that's my cousin. He's from New York, son. Yeah, it's my cousin. But yeah, man. So we having a good time with it, man. What's next on the bulletin board up here, man? What we got up here on the billboard?
What we got up here, man? What's going on out here today, man?
Say less.
You want to skip things? Jim Harbaugh started off a little rocky at Michigan, man, but he ended up winning the old national championship. And at the height of this thing, Jim Harbaugh finna sell at the top. Buy low, sell high. He's selling high. He done jumped out of there with Michigan and went to the Chargers. But that's not it with this story because Jim Harbaugh in Michigan is under investigation, right, Hayes?
For sure.
NCAA looking at him. They might get a little. Next person get that job might not be getting the same job. Might be a little.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny, right?
On that job when they get in there.
Because I've been pushing for Sharon Moore to get this job, right? The offensive coordinator has been there with him for a long time. I've been pushing for him, but then as I start thinking about it, Street, I'm pushing for him to get the job. I thought he's the coach. For people that don't know, Sharon Moore was the offensive tackle, tight end, offensive tackle coach, became the OC. When Jim Harbaugh was suspended for those first 3 games, Sharon Moore took over. And then he got suspended for the last 3 games. Sharon Moore took over and ended up beating the top-ranked Penn State and the top-ranked Ohio State team to keep them undefeated, 15-0, to going into the playoffs. So basically, he was the head coach for 6 of those 12 games, regular season games, and and so I'm saying, why would he not be the perfect candidate for the job? And then I said, he the perfect candidate for the job, not because of his coaching acumen.
Right. Yes, he is.
It's always puppets and it's always puppet masters. I hope to God it's not true, but history will repeat itself. I think the first thing come to mind is Pete Carroll, USC. Pete Carroll, USC. Pete Carroll said, I'm out of here. goes to the Seattle Seahawks. And USC is hit with sanction after sanction after sanction from the NCAA. Lane Kiffin gets the job, leaves Tennessee in the middle of the night. Lane Kiffin gets the job. They lied to Lane Kiffin about the sanctions, and he get buzzed across the head with, scholarship opportunities and a bunch of other stuff. You go research it.
Right.
And now I look at the parallel at Michigan, and I'm like, uh-oh. Jerome Moore might get this job. He still should get this job. Don't get me. But I think the NCAA is still digging. And if Michigan get hit with these sanctions, they don't penalize. They can't go backwards, so they penalize going forward. And whoever the next coach is has to inherit that problem. And so Jerome Moore gets this job. And what if he gets, 10 scholarships taken away, or he can't do the transfer portal? He can only get X amount. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating about what could happen. But whatever it is, it ain't going to be good for him as a first-time and first-year head coach. What's your thoughts? You think I'm on track? You think I'm like, some conspiracy theorist, flat earther, or what?
This one gets a little complicated, you ask me, because they just won the national championship, bro. And now you're taking over a team that just won the national championship, but walking in knowing that the program may be under scrutiny, or maybe not, that Harbaugh is gone. Maybe they just wanted Harbaugh. The person that takes the job is the person that takes the job is going to have to know that this one may be a little rough, right? And usually that's somebody that probably wasn't going to get considered for the job, but usually they give it to the black guy. I mean, that's say it. In the NFL, that's how when teams used to be rebuilding, they would give it to the black guy. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't always get the best jobs. The Texans coach, remember the Dolphins coach who tried to call racism and all that, but so
Brian Flores.
Brian Flores, right? So I believe that he may be the candidate for the job now. Somebody in-house, somebody that probably could keep it together, right? As things may get a little
players
rough,
like
or
him.
if they right. He may be a candidate for the job for those reasons. But you a coach. Like, would you want to start your coaching career, like head coaching career, in a situation like that?
So I will tell people this: all jobs are not good jobs, but all opportunities are not the same.
Okay.
So if I was him, right? I would go in, and I'm not asking for a verbal whatever. I would love to hear what's coming down the pipe. I want to be a part. If I'm the hire guy, I want to see what's coming from the NCAA. I think I have a right to that because, one, I was a part of the staff. So I want to see what's a part of this investigation. Right. All this would be in my contract. This is what I would ask. These would be my ask. And I'm going to tell you why I say this. I would like to be able to see this because, again, it affects me directly. We're not talking about I want to hear what's going to happen because the soccer team, that's up to the soccer coach or the baseball coach. Second is I would want my buyout for the next. I would go do my research and find out, okay, what happened at USC? How long were those sanctions? Was it 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Whatever that is, I would try to mimic and say, I want my buyout to kind of be a Jimbo Fisher type of deal. Now, people are going to be like, but dang, coach, you asking a lot without being proven. Yeah, whatever. Because there are some more proven coaches that won't take this job. So actually, Jerome Moore has some leverage. A more proven coach won't walk in this hallway right now knowing that it's dudes that then you could be hurt. So I say that to say I want my buyout that if you're going to fire me because we just went from winning the Natty to doggone we only winning 7 games, but because of these sanctions that are possibly coming, at least financially I'm protected. So if you want me fired, you're going to have to pay me to fire me because, again, I'm falling under somebody else's regime, the sanctions under somebody else's regime. That's what I would do. And that way I'm kind of protected, at least financially.
You think he got that bargaining power? You think he got that bargaining power? The way he was crying after that game, I think he'll just be happy to get handed the keys. And he type of dude put
Some
it in
people
God's
will.
hand. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
He put it in God. Lord.
I don't have no problem.
God,
Listen, I don't
have
have no problem putting stuff in God's hands, but I tell you what my grandfather always told me: God help those who help themselves. So you better start helping yourself as well. And what I mean is put yourself in a situation where you can't hurt yourself, because there is a such thing as career suicide. You're a first-time head coach, first-year head coach. Let's call it what it is. You're a brother, and you go out here and crap the bed on this. Nobody cares that you were under sanctions. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna go back and think, well, you know what? He went 6-6 because they lost 15 scholarships.
Right.
They're not thinking like that. So
that's
just me. If you ask me, that's how I would have.
It'll just be your record, right? Nobody thinks about the stats.
Right. Right. Nobody's thinking about that. Nobody's thinking about that. Mm-hmm.
I think that's the unique situation. I think that's the unique situation. That's the unique situation, though. You ask me, because they just won a national championship, because how strong he's built it up, because they got the film, the cheating film system in place where you can record anybody game from the stands, and they already got the. I mean, I think, I don't know, dog. I don't know. That's kind of enticing, dog. They got that leverage going over there. They got Huddle Platinum going on over there. So, Huddle Chrome. They got Huddle Chrome going on.
Spygate.
Yeah.
Dude up with the old 8mm like this.
I gotta jump in back. Can you just play the audio? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I can play the audio, but I'll just say this that real quick. And to Jim Harbaugh, let's just talk about him quickly if you don't mind. Jim Harbaugh is leaving Michigan because he doesn't like the NCAA. I don't think he likes them. He's always been a guy who pushes the envelope. He was one of the very first coaches I heard about starting the kids being allowed to have at least one transfer. He just came out in the past couple of weeks talking about how the NCAA should be sharing some of this TV deal money in these colleges with these players. Mm-hmm. He's against the grain guy now. You know what I mean? He's a swim upstream type dude. You know, and the thing is, he always finds loopholes. You remember when he first got the job at Michigan, and they said it's kind of like remember when an album, for all y'all millennials out there, they used to sell CDs, just to let y'all know. And when an album dropped, and I remember we used to do this for Outkast and stuff when we was in college. An album dropped, let's say today is drops on the 26th. Mm-hmm. The record stores in the parking lot would be playing the music, and then they could sell it at midnight because it's technically the 26th. But it would be a party. And so Jim Harbaugh, in essence, kind of took that same rule and said, you can't go visit a kid until such and such date. And he showed up at his house at midnight. You see what I'm saying? Like, he went and had a sleepover at a kid's crib. Like, you know what I'm saying? He went and he dove off a swimming pool. He always pushes the envelope and finds the loophole in the thing. I think he's a very bright guy, a little quirky, but a very bright guy. And he tries to push the envelope and be the guy that keeps poking the NCAA, aka the Bear NCAA. But yeah, let me play what you got going on in the back.
Wait, I got one for you too. Since we're telling Harbaugh stories, we got time. I got one for you too. Jim Harbaugh brought Michigan when Devin Bush just got there, brought Michigan to IMG facility to practice for like a week. IMG were the top recruits in the nation. He brought Michigan there to practice for a week. And when we interviewed him, I got the interview. Dang, we should have queued up the interview. I got the interview online. I saw it the other day. When we interviewed him, we asked him how did he accomplish that? Like, how was he able to do that? He said he found a rule in the NCAA book. Basically says if your sports team lives in a place where the weather climate doesn't fit the sport, you could move your training and go train somewhere else. So basically what it was swimming. it was swimming. He found a swim team from back in the day said that we can't swim and practice outside because it's frozen. So we need to go swim somewhere else and find another practice. So he said, hey, it's cold in Michigan. so we gonna pick up and go practice in Florida for a week, and it just happened to be at IMG.
Wow. Yeah, bro. They find rules, and he does that. That's the kind of guy that's the whole thing when he was taking them abroad, right? I remember, like I said, we had a kid being recruited there, and then Devin Bush was there, his son Devin Bush, and Devin Gill was there, Josh Metellus, who now I think he still plays for Minnesota. So those three guys came from that Flanagan team. But he would take them abroad. They went to Paris. Bro, this dude went to Rome. This dude took the Pope. I don't know what Pope it is. Pope John Paul, whatever. I don't know. Not trying to be disrespectful. I just don't know the name. He took the Pope a Michigan winged helmet. That's what they call the blue with the yellow stripe. And some Jordans, dog. What the Pope finna do with a Michigan wing helmet and some Jordans, some J's? What are you gonna wear them up under his thing? Bro, I got seen pictures of it, but I did like that, right? And people were like, oh, you got to win games. I forgot who it was that was there. And somebody said, oh, who cares about going out of town? Yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? You got to win games and so forth and this, that, and the other. And, of course, they went over there and practiced and all of that kind of stuff. It was a little pretty practice. But these kids had a chance to go to a place that most of them may not go. Yeah, just because you play at these Power 5 programs, you're not going to be rich. They went to Normandy. Right, and they got a chance to bring back a vial of sand from Normandy, the storming of Normandy. You know that from the military. Somebody said put it in the Vatican. Yeah, they went to the Vatican and gave the Pope a helmet and some Jordans. He was one of the very first schools to bring Jordan into football. Like, the dude does some innovative stuff, man.
He does. He was big on that satellite camp stuff when Nick Saban got mad.
Oh yeah, Nick Saban didn't like that at all, man. But again, that was a way of putting your program out there. That was a way of getting people to see it. You know what I mean? And so forth. And yeah, I mean, so, I'm with you, man. So what am I playing something? What am I doing?
Well, I switched it out on you, huh?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead and play that. Can you just play the sound? Go ahead and play the sound on that. Getting queued up.
Just play the sound. All right, let me take this off the screen.
Yeah, I would say just play the sound. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me know if you guys can hear it. You have to play it.
Huh? I got to hit play?
Yeah, you have to play. Let me know if you guys have a thumbs up real quick if you can hear it. Did you click the audio button as well when you shared it? I can't hear anything.
Let's see.
And while he's doing that, we will say, I would like to hear in the chat, how do you think Jim Harbaugh will do at the Chargers? He and his brother went to the Super Bowl and fought it out. The Ravens versus the 49ers.
That's right. Let's go.
And everything else. All right, let me add it here to the stage.
I didn't see the actual clip or what Skip Bayless said, but it started getting viral. Like anyone who says Barry Sanders is overrated is.
So I had the graphic Barry. So basically what happened, Skip Bayless came out and said that Barry Sanders, like of all people to go at.
Was this before Jared Goff clapped at Skip?
And I don't know. I don't know the timeline of it. All I know is I saw this and I was shocked. And Barry Sanders said, Skip Bayless thinks I'm overrated. I would not really worry about anything that guy says. Go Detroit.
Barry Sanders responded.
Skip Bayless is a clown, dude.
Who we think better, Emmitt Smith? Come on now.
That's probably what it is because he's a Cowboys guy.
Miss me with that.
Maybe.
That's probably exactly what it is.
I when you make comments like, I just want to see the explanation. Like, okay, you say Barry Sanders is overrated. Why? Like, what are you pulling from? All he has to say, all he can say, and still doesn't validate anything, is that he doesn't have a Super Bowl. Yeah. But like, I'm pretty sure 99% of any other person who knows.
Okay, so we did catch some of the clip, and we know what Skip was saying, right? right? So basically, Skip Bayless said Barry Sanders was overrated, and I mean that's enough to say. That Barry Sanders was overrated, and he started talking about the things Barry didn't do. They didn't run him up the middle. They didn't run him on the goal line. Sometimes Barry would just take 7-yard losses, like often. You know what I'm saying? And basically he used that to just say Barry wasn't as good as people think he was. Hayes, what you think about that? 15,000 rushing yards.
I think it's blasphemy. Yeah, I think it's blasphemy, dog. You're talking about a guy, and here's the problem. I've always said that just because somebody says left, that doesn't mean they don't like right. Just because somebody says up, that doesn't mean they don't like down. And I say that to say, even if you thought Emmitt Smith was better, fine.
Right.
I'm not going to even do, but that doesn't mean that Barry Sanders is overrated. You get what I'm saying? You may like, you know what I'm saying? You may like Barry Sanders. I'm sorry, you may like Emmitt Smith more than you like Barry Sanders, but that doesn't mean Barry Sanders is overrated. And that's where I have a problem. And then you come up with these real superficial things about why, but yeah, like you just say 15,000 yards.
Right.
No, he doesn't have a Super Bowl. I get it. But that doesn't mean you're overrated. That's just like me saying I'm a Michael Jordan person. I believe Michael Jordan is the best basketball player. But that doesn't mean LeBron James is overrated.
Right. Right.
And the same thing, people who are LeBron fans, that doesn't mean that Michael Jordan is overrated. Now, if you come in here, you know, you talk about Robert Horry because he got more rings, then we talking a different conversation.
Right. When he,
you know, I'm just saying, man. I don't get it. Mm-hmm.
This was early run and shoot, right? He was in the single back set, right? This was early, right? This was we weren't seeing 4 wides, 1 running back. This kind of stuff had just kind of started with San Francisco, right? Maybe in the late 80s. In the pros, they called it the run and shoot, but I think the offense started in the HBCU somewhere. I think it started somewhere else. 15,000 rushing yards. So first of all, he played for 11 years. 15,000 rushing yards, 99 touchdowns. He won the rushing title in 1990, 1994, 1996, 1997. One of the few players to have over 2,000 yards in the season. I think he did it twice. He averaged his career 11 years, 5 yards a carry in the NFL. His average. Went to 10 Pro Bowls.
That's half the first down.
I don't think any of that trumps how exciting it was to
out
watch
of 11 years.
Right. But I don't think any of that trumps.
What are we talking about?
I don't think any of that trumps how exciting it was to watch him on that sorry-ass Detroit Lions team play football. I think that was the more exciting.
I agree.
To sit down with a chance to watch him play, and they were sorry as hell, but to watch him play was the best part. And football is entertainment, and I think we forget this all the time. Skip Bayless just won. That was clickbait, bro. Yeah, that was
to me, Skip Bayless, right?
I'm not buying Skip Bayless on this.
Uh-oh. Are we out?
What?
Yeah, to me, I mean, I know that the numbers may be going down. I know there's been some talk about that and so forth and so on. But that's asinine, dog. Like, this is the kind of stuff where we talk about saying people need to apologize, and you make people apologize. You need to, if I'm Barry Sanders, I would go to his show, sit across from him, and now you got to explain to me, brother. You got to explain to me to my face. Now, you want some clicks and likes? Bring me on the show. Huh? Get your little Wayne chain, put your all black on, get you some Jordans,
Wayne chain.
and tell me to my face why you think I'm overrated. Sometimes people get on me, but sometimes you got to slap a dude across the face because they be on that foolishness, man. Sometimes you got to just give a dude one. Sorry, I'm getting out of control. I'm getting out of character. Yeah, I don't like that's stupid, bro. That's stupid.
Yeah. When I heard it, the first thing I thought was clickbait. I mean, at the end of the day, man, Skip Bayless, all of this stuff is entertainment, and I think sometimes they'll go pretty far, really far, right? Even whether they believe it or not, because don't believe they believe everything they say. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes they just go pretty far with far-fetched just to get their name trending, and they don't care if it's something as asinine as this. Now, some of the stuff he said is true. Those things are true about Barry Sanders. But he did run up the middle. It just never really looked like it. You know what I'm saying? He did run up the middle. It just never looked like it. And he would take losses. He would be there because he didn't have an offensive line.
It just to me until now, and shout out to the coach. I forget his name, man. I know he was at the Dolphin, but until now, they've been bad so long. 1991, I was in 9th grade, bro. I'm 5 years from retiring from my job. I want y'all to hear the math on that. I was in 9th grade. In 91, when them boys went to the playoff, I'm 5 years from retiring from my job, Streeter. Sometimes the number just don't make sense. Sometimes you got to put things in life perspective, Streeter. Sometimes you have to say, wait a minute, this dude was popping zits the last time the Detroit Lions was worth anything. And now this dude is about to be popping retirement checks. I just want people to understand the difference in what sometimes you got to put context to time. Numbers just don't hit right. What are we talking about, dog?
So you were talking about something.
Joshua still said he wasn't even born.
Oh man, dang, Josh.
We've had four new franchises coming to the NFL. The Panthers, the Jaguars, the Texans, and what's the last one? I'm missing one.
Panthers, Jaguars, Texans. Las Vegas.
Was it Vegas? All right.
Vegas, right?
The Ravens. No.
The Ravens?
No, Ravens wasn't around. The Ravens wasn't around in 91. No.
You're right. They wasn't around. They came later.
No, not in 91. Yeah. So some of y'all wasn't even thought about. Huh? Some of y'all were amongst the millions, if you know what I'm saying.
Amongst
the Titans.
Millions.
Okay, the Titans. You know what I'm talking about. They were amongst the millions. That mean they weren't born. You know where they were at.
Amongst the millions. I ain't never heard of it.
I just made that up right now. They were amongst the millions, dog. You know what I'm talking about. And they beat the odds. Hey, and they beat the odds and made it here. You understand me? Anyway, you said I brought up something. I saw this on Twitter. I don't know where it came from or whatever. But go ahead, you set it up. I'll knock it off the tee. Go ahead.
Yeah, you were saying that the Detroit Lions, basically, Barry Sanders, all them years never made it to the playoffs, I think, once. Right?
I think one time. Dude said I was
he made
swimming,
it to the
coach.
playoffs once.
Anyway, go ahead.
And you were saying that they should, if they were to make it to the Super Bowl, they should give him a contract, right? And let him get a carry. In the comment section, man. Let me know,
sir.
How y'all feel about that, man?
I want y'all to make sure y'all hear that clear. If they get to the Super Bowl, give Barry Sanders a one-day contract. Let him get one carry. in the Super Bowl game. Just one carry. So he officially will be on the stat sheet. And that man get a ring. They do it in basketball. They did Michael Jordan, I think, when he retired. They gave him a 10-day or 1-day contract to the Bulls so you could retire as a Bull. I know it's a little different. But what y'all think? I think that'd be super innovative, dog. Super creative and a way to pay homage to a guy. And here's why I say that. I know it sounds crazy, but here's why I say that. Because Barry Sanders could have dipped at any time and he never did.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Sanders stayed there for 11 years and played for the Detroit Lions and never wavered, dog.
True.
He could have asked out of contracts. He could have went other places. He could have held out. He went in, professional, did his job, played. Never, I don't know how many games he missed. He played in 153 games and started 151 times.
Woo! At running back in the NFL.
At running back. I don't know what y'all say. Let me get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't even care if he get it and take a knee. Put him in Wildcat and let him take a knee. Get him in the game, dog.
Get him in the game. Get him in the game, dog. There was some sad
Am I
years,
tripping?
dog.
Am I tripping, bro?
They could give him a contract. I don't know about letting him get a carry. I don't know. Now you making it. I don't know. We're trying to win ball games here. Now you're making a spectacle out of it. I don't know, dog.
Okay, I might be going too far. I'm all right. I might be going too far. But at least put him on the roster.
Put him on the roster.
1-day contract.
He
He can be on the roster. Hey. Full uniform, dog. Full uniform.
Make him the
Knee pads and all, dog.
Butt pad
and let him eat some sunflower seeds.
Butt pad and all? Heck no. Butt pad and all.
Butt pad and all. Hey, you need that butt pad. He gonna be sitting on the bench. He need that butt pad. He gonna be sitting on the bench. He got to be comfy, dog, in the Super Bowl. Or at least, let him run them out the tunnel in uniform, and then he go get dressed and then go party.
In uniform.
Come on, dog.
He would never do it.
Now that's fire right there. Let him lead them out. How about this? Run him out, riding the lion in the Super Bowl. Saying yippee-ki-yay. About damn time. Shout out to Zay, man. What's up with your ex man in the building, my dog Zay? I'm just talking trap. I'm having fun with it, but at the same time, Street, what you think, man? Am I too crazy?
That's too much, dog. That's too much. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. But I think make him the honorary running back coach. Because he still go down.
I'll take that.
Yeah, because he still goes down as like the most famous Detroit Lion ever, I think. You know what I'm saying? We still think of Detroit Lions, you know what I'm saying? You think of him as the most famous one. Yeah, make him honorary running back coach, dog. You got a dono down there.
Yeah, I know I'm going extra, dog. I'm having fun, dog. I mean, look, we live on Instagram for I think second time, but I figured it out. So I'm just having fun with it. But y'all know what my whole intention is to say, honor the guy who was loyal to the program in some form or fashion. I know I'm going too far to my suit him up. I get it. I'm not crazy. I'm not Skip Bayless, but I am having fun with it. But I am saying this.
Go.
Give him a 10-day contract or 1-day contract, however that works. However you can do it. So when you give him a ring, it's still honorary. I don't know, man. Look at Elmo. We got Elmo down there in Times Square. He tripping. He chilling. Tickle me, Elmo. I don't know.
You got a dono, man. You got a dono up there. Go look at that dono.
But I'm just saying.
You got Elmo. Look at Elmo in Times Square, dog.
Oh, got a dono right here. C-Dub in the building. Hold up. Got CW in the building. Let me cut this off. We got all type of stuff going on. Did I cut it off? Okay, there it is. CW. Oh, he old Howard Bison. I'm gonna leave that alone. For the $2, says Barry Sanders' son Nigel attended the real HU. No, he didn't go to Hampton. He went to Howard. The real HU is Hampton. He went to the fake one, but I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from, CW. I get where you're coming from. But anyway, we 50 minutes in. Y'all know we do just an hour. I need you. I don't see how, man. I need you. I don't see how. Talk to me.
I don't see how.
I need.
I don't see how Shad. I don't see how Shad is typing my daddy name in the comment section. I don't see how. I don't see how. Who is Richard Streeter, Shad?
That's the old boy. That's the old boy. I guess. Talk to me.
I don't know what that was about. I don't know what Shad got going on over there.
I don't know. That boy got you on LinkedIn or something. He done seen who you related to and Spokio, whatever this other crap is. That boy done LinkedIn you or something like that.
Just randomly type a name, Richard Streeter. Shit, got too much time on his hands. That's what it is.
I don't see how. And I'm finna go back to my HBCU love. I don't see how in the world FAMU don't have no head coach yet, dog. What is going on at our HBCUs, dog? They are in a full uproar about the coach. They wanted your boy Billy Rowe from the crib. Then it was James Cozy. They were already on the staff. Then they doing a search. I don't see how we just can't get this stuff right. Why is it so hard for us at our HBCUs, man?
What you think? It's taking too long?
Their process is broken. They're doing emergency meetings. The committees come in. The alumni jumping in this thing now. The AD saying, I'm finna do a search committee. These people saying, hey, we want Billy Rowe. It's not that the fact it's taking long. It's the fact that it's complete and utter chaos, bro.
Right.
And it's like a power struggle. It's like the AD, she's saying, nah, I'm going to do it this way. Well, she the AD. I'm not saying she right or wrong. I'm just talking hierarchy. She's the AD. That's what y'all hired her for, to do these things. But the alumni saying, well, forget what she talking about. I want this dude. And then the former players talking about, nah, I don't want that dude. I want this. It's like, what, dog?
I don't see how. Shad just threw me off.
Say it again.
I don't see how. Shad just threw me off over there, but I see what he was doing. I see what he was doing over there. I get what he was doing over there. I don't see how.
The Richard and D, the D and Richard. Yeah, I get it.
Right. I don't see how the Lakeland Dreadnoughts think they have a prey in the world, a chance in the world to beat Miami Central at Trash Pile Stadium.
This season coming up?
Finally, Lakeland has found a bus that's going to take them out of Lakeland and travel to another powerhouse team in Florida and play them on the road. Finally.
I don't know. We played Lakeland, man. Lakeland was rolling with Bill Castle and them boys, Chris Rainey and them. And
you went there to play them. You went to them
twice.
To play them. Right.
Twice. Yeah, right. 2 years in a row.
Right. Mm-hmm. They would not, yes, everybody has to come to them. Northern went up there last year and beat them in that shootout. But now Central lost 2 games, lost to Northern, didn't make it to state. Now Lakeland comes out. Now Lakeland says, okay, we're gonna go play Central. But I tip my hat to them finally. They're leaving Lakeland. They're gonna leave Lakeland and go play somebody on the road.
Well, you know, Bill Castle, he's an old school cat. He's not there anymore so far as the coach. And that whole thing, when they were bringing nothing but South Florida teams up. I forgot all the teams they brought up, but they brought Norland up that time, blah, blah, blah. And they were trying to go
their record versus Dade County and Broward County is crazy, Hayes. Because the teams
but they also weren't. So I'm going to tell you this. Yeah. We tried to play Lakeland. The year we won state, we wanted to play them. They wouldn't play us. After we graduated, all them boys, here they come. They want to play us. Apopka wanted to play us, and our AD, he goes for it. Well, we're going to pay for your food and your bus and all this stuff. Man, we basically broke even, dog. They gave us $5,000. Well, how much you think it costs for 2 buses and they're going to feed us? The local church fed us. They giving our kids, not a Cornish hen, people. I know what a Cornish hen is. They giving our kids from the hood a whole chicken right before the game. Not a Cornish hen, a whole, bruh. Them kids in there like, they slowing it down. And our kids were like, no, cut it in half, bro. But anyway, they were playing the thing to get South Florida teams. If you really go look at a lot of those South Florida teams and Broward County teams, they weren't the gangsters of it. I have to be honest. They caught us on the bad end. They played like a crop one year. They played North Miami. They brought all these Miami teams, but they didn't play the Northwesterns, those teams that was heavy hitters. Even Central at the time was good at that time.
But they keep hanging their hat on when they were really, really good, and they used to beat up on St. Thomas. It's the crazy argument that they have, right? So when they were really, really good, St. Thomas couldn't beat them, and they hang their hat on that, and then they tell you their record against Miami, a Dade County team, just like 30 and it's something crazy, 30-2 or 30. But they somehow they evaded the American heritage, and they evaded Central and Northwestern. The whole you in the same state with them. How you missed them?
They didn't play them. They won't agree to play them, bro. They won't go outside. Yeah, they won't play them. They won't play them, especially if they know you got a squad. Now, I'll say this: outside of our state's championship, what I think is the greatest ending, me personally, of all time. I'm biased, and I'll take that. The Lakeland St. Thomas game at Pro Player Stadium or whatever, Sharkland Stadium, whatever it was called at the time,
was crazy.
Don't tell nobody. I faked sick in the middle of the day so I could go to the game. I went and told the principal, I said, my stomach hurt. I got to go home. Man, I drove straight down 199, boy, bust that right in the stadium. I'm in that thing like this. And that's when I saw Major Wright and Chris Rainey. They was going toe-to-toe, boy. And whoever Major Wright is, because we didn't know who he was at the time. You know, the internet wasn't as big as it is today with the huddle and recruit. Bro, that number 21 was thumping, boy. And everybody in the stadium like, who in the is Major Wright? Bruh. He made a name for us. I think they went to what, 6 or 7 overtimes? Some crazy number.
That was a crazy game.
Yeah.
That was a crazy game. But no, and you know this for a fact. You know for a fact that Miami Central, Northwestern, all these schools have picked up the phone and called Lakeland and said, "Hey, we will come to you. We want to play." That's the elephant in the room, because we've seen these schools travel to play teams across the country. American Heritage, Central, Lakeland. They'll go anywhere and play anybody. What? You think they skip Lakeland? Lakeland was saying no. No, we ain't coming to you, and no, y'all ain't coming to us. Go find somebody else to play.
Yeah. Now I'll say this: I don't know who the new coach is and the new ADs and the new administration, but at the time Castle was there, they were very strategic about who they played. And at that time, they were trying to get that whole national, because they had the Chris Rainey, the Pouncey twin, Mob Black, and them boy. They had some ball players, bro, in Lakeland, man. And
they were really good. So they were really good then. Yeah, back in the days, they were really very good, bro. Yeah, right. And that's the argument that they make, because they were never. They remember Carol City went up there and beat the death out of them with Naquan Wright. Oh, beat the brakes off.
Oh, that was a little bit later. That was later on. Yeah, a little bit later on.
But they're living on the mystique of those Chris Rainey Pouncey years when they were dominating people. And then he just basically just took his record and strategically protected his record. That's it. True. He strategically protected his record.
Yeah. And again, right now, Central, I'll give a shout out to Central, shout out to AJ Snipes, Roland Smith, and them boys. The principal at the time, I don't know who the current principal is, but Greg Bethune. They said they'll play anybody. And Lord knows they played any and everybody. They went to Bishop Gorman. They went to I don't know, you name it, they went there and they played them and whatever the case may be. So shout out to them boys, man. But listen, I will go by real fast, Street. Real fast. Coach got to go get them. I got to go get on my walkathon. I got to get 5, boy. Little chubby around the tubby, so I got to tighten up, man.
Well,
But with that being said,
man,
nah, man, I got to get out in the box. I can't walk on the treadmill. I feel like a lab rat. Yeet, 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 yeet. Nah, I can't do that.
Wow, man.
I'm just saying it sounds crazy. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, good show, man. Appreciate it, man. Any last closing words? Instagram might kick us off here.
No, man, we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. We got something special coming y'all at the end of the week.
Let's do it. Street, I'm gonna call you right after this, man. Peace, love, and hair grease. We out of here, man. And you have been on the corner of Hayes Street. I'm Coach Hayes. That's D Streeter.
And I'm D Streeter
today, baby.
Yeah.
Richard Streeter. Peace.